In this afternoon's health alert, you may want to think twice about buying cold cuts for now. The CDC says a Listeria outbreak has been linked to meat sliced at deli counters. Investigators are still trying to figure out the specific products that may be contaminated, but Listeria can spread easily on deli equipment, hands, and other surfaces. Now, this outbreak has sickened 28 people across 12 states, including New York and New Jersey. All of the people infected have been hospitalized, and 2 people have died.
Joining us now to talk more about this, ABC News medical correspondent Darian Sutton. And Darian, you just asked Liz, I love my deli meats.
Yes, you do.
This is like, what are you talking about? In
Same.
a city that is so famous for so many cold cuts here, it's a big deal. So tell me, let's just start off right off the bat, what Listeria is and why it's such a danger.
I love my deli meat too, and this is one of those cautions that you have to take with all seriousness because this infection can be dangerous. So Listeria is a bacteria that can cause common symptoms of nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, but more severe symptoms can happen to those who are especially vulnerable, like encephalitis, meningitis, and even sepsis, or an overwhelming infection. And the most concerning is that those who are most susceptible include pregnant women and those who are elderly. And so it's really important to be cognizant of this because the risk is in the deli meat, and we just don't know what deli meat it is.
Which is the worrisome part, that they're still trying to trace where it came from.
Yes.
So
how does it get in the deli meat?
Yeah, that's a great question. This is a foodborne illness. These types of bacteria and pathogens like to live on these types of, every now and then we'll see it associated to one product versus another. Right now, unfortunately, is deli meat. Part of this is the investigation, figuring out what specific deli meat it is. But until then, the CDC is recommending that we avoid eating deli meat. And if you do, you make sure it's heated up to avoid getting the pathogen or the bacteria.
how much does it have to be heated up by?
You know, that's a good question, paying attention to your food temperatures. I think when you're looking at meat, everything has a little bit different of range, but 160, 160 degrees Fahrenheit, this is when you really want to cook something good. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be a minute.
Are you telling me right now I should not be eating like a ham sandwich?
I think you should be cautious. I think you should be
How do I be quiet? I don't know what to look for.
Well, you know, to the everyday person, I would always advise right now holding off on the deli meat until we get more information on specifically what's the cause. And I think if you're vulnerable, for example, if you're pregnant women are 10 times more likely to get this infection than the average person. Because during pregnancy, hormone changes make you more susceptible to infections like this. So if you have a history or a reason why you should be more at risk, then you should definitely take a lot more caution.
I just want to follow up because it says one of the warnings is, as a passionate, don't eat the deli if it's cut at the deli. Typically, you're like, that's the one I want to go to. And so you're saying the packaged one is a better bet for you.
We don't see this right now in the packaged processed meats. And so a lot of this might be in the manufacturing, the transfer, the distribution of the meat. That's where the investigation comes into play.
I know you're worried about what you can and cannot.
I know. I've never seen you express more concern.
I've just professed my love for charcuteries. The fact that the packaged ones that are out there, you just gave me a breath.
Let me ask you about the Listeria. If you're not feeling well, at what point do you know that you should be going to the doctor or the hospital?
Great question. For most symptoms, you can be treated from the comfort of your own couch. We understand how to treat nausea. We understand how to treat dehydration. If you feel like you need more assistance, your symptoms are debilitating, you can't get up from that couch, that's when you got to check in with your provider.
Okay. David, you have been warned.